Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Locum23 here. Joining me for the App Choices Freshman Book 2, Chapter 4, Playing the Part. You push through the crowd to see the cast list, finally coming face to face with the lined paper stapled to the theater bulletin board. Playing the role of William is... Kaitlyn? Whoa, really? But I read for Duke Exelston. So, if you're William, who am I? Looks like you got Duke Exelston. Guess we switch parts. Well, if I can't be a hot stable boy, I guess a hot Duke's the next best thing. I don't remember seeing a hot anywhere in the character bio. Come on, Tyler, just let me have this one. You and Kaitlyn step aside so everyone else can look at the cast list. So, looks like we're co-stars now? You excited? Definitely. I can't wait to spend time with all of our friends, spend time with you, kiss you in front of tons of people. What the hell? Oh, right. Forgot that was happening. What's wrong? We've kissed in public before. I know, never mind, I'm just being silly. This'll be fun. Just then, James arrives, carrying a dozen scripts under his arm. Ah, I see you've all found the cast list. Yeah, and I'd like to have a word. Let's just get this out of the way now. All casting decisions are final, so long as you're performing on my stage. I make the rules. But you obviously just cast Mizumi because... I'm done talking about this. If we're gonna have a problem, you can just leave now. Got it? Becca glares at James, but doesn't say anything more. He shifts his attention to Kaitlyn. Kaitlyn, can I have a word with you in private? I want to give you some backstory on William. Okay. As Kaitlyn follows James to the theater's attached office, Chris ambles over, looking sheepish. Guess I just got a little ahead of myself, thinking I'd be the lead. Huh. Oh, not at all. You did your best. Honestly, I wish it had been you. Not at all. You did your best. Yeah, I guess I'm just used to my best being good enough. Well, you can't be good at everything, right? Guess not, but I'd settle for being good at one thing other than football. I mean, it's not like you're bad at this. Duke Eccleston's still a pretty sizable role. I know you're right, but somehow I still feel like I'm right back on the bench like I was at the start of the year. Just then, Kaitlyn comes out of the office with a sly smile on her lips and walks over to you and Chris. What were you two talking about in there? James told me a secret about my character. Help me with my performance. Really? What is it? I can't tell you, duh, then it wouldn't be a secret. James leans around the corner of the director's office door and calls you in. It's Mizumi. Could you join me in here? Sure thing. Looks like I'll have a secret of my own soon enough. Bet mine's better. Right. You find James sorting through some stacks of character bios and scenes outline. His brow furrowed. Busy day? You have no idea. I'm starting to think I need an assistant. I'd offer my services, but I suspect I'm about to be very preoccupied with rehearsals. You are indeed. Which brings me to the reason I called you in here. You're gonna tell me a secret about my character? Oh, did you? Kaitlyn blabbed. Shoulda known. If it's any consolation, she actually refused to tell me what her character's secret actually is. Good on her. Essentially, the secret is just an actor's tool to help you find the character, so to speak. The audience won't know about it, but you will. I've decided that Elizabeth's secret should be... Hold on. If the audience won't even know about it, I feel like I should come up with Elizabeth's secret. Okay. What did you have in mind? Let me think. She wants to leave home and become an adventurer. She only has months to live. She's a time traveler. Time traveler, months to live, adventure. You know, I'm gonna go with that. I like it. Stories of exotic adventures were wildly popular back in the English gentry back in those days. It makes sense for Elizabeth to grow up reading those stories and dreaming of a life beyond her family's estate. And her attraction to William makes even more sense now, since he actually got some of that world during the war. James shuffles some papers on his desk and stands up, heading for the door. Well, I guess we've got that sorted. Look forward to working with you, Mizumi. Same. I can't really wait for the opening night. This should be interesting. Feel free to call me into your office anytime. Oh, are we flirting? Really? I can only wait for opening. I guess I'll go with that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's still tons of work to do. You're a lot of fun. You know that? I'll try. Want me to send anyone else in? Not right now. We should get the whole cast working together as soon as possible. I'm thinking we'll do our first line reading now. Sounds like a plan, Mr. Director. You follow James out into the theater where the rest of the cast sits scattered through the seats, talking and laughing with their friends. Alright everyone, listen up. I'd like us to do our first line read, just to go through the script and get a sense of the play as a whole. Everyone ready? I'll read the stage directions. The year is 1897. The light of dawn slants through the curtains of Elizabeth Darling's bedroom, waking her. Today's the day. Will's coming home. Then a few days, you're rehearsing on stage with full blocking. This is preposterous. Lord Rathermore is an excellent match. An excellent match, I tell you. Your father's right, Elizabeth. He's one of the wealthiest bachelors in the county. What reason could you possibly have to not desire him? You don't understand, father, and you never will. Turn and flee off stage, slamming the door of Abby's set so it nearly falls off its hinges. Oops, sorry, Mizumi. I'll get to work on fixing that. You and Kaitlyn stand in a rosy spotlight, rigged up by Tyler, and hold each other close. I thought I'd never see you again, Will. Oh, Lizzie, don't you know I'd never leave you? But the war, I was so afraid. I hardly dare dream you'd return to me. And I'm here now, aren't I? Kaitlyn tucks a stray strand of hair behind your ear, leans in close. So, this is when we should kiss, right? Yeah. Please just continue with the scene. Kaitlyn, you're totally killing the mood. Are you nervous about this? No, no, of course not. Are you sure? I... Yes, I'm nervous. Why? Everyone turned to look at you two. Kaitlyn hurriedly walks off stage and heads for the theater doors. Sorry, I just need a second. Okay? Of course. James gestures for you to follow Kaitlyn with a meaningful tilt of his head. Right, best to make sure she's okay. Of course. I'll be right back. Follow Kaitlyn out in the snow. Find her sitting by herself on a bench, her face in her hands. Kaitlyn? Hey, Mizumi, I'm fine now. I just needed some air. I'll be right back inside to finish the scene. You sat down on the bench beside her. You're clearly not fine. What's going on? It's so dumb, honestly. I don't mind. Kaitlyn lets her hands fall into her lap and sighs. It's just, I don't know if I told you this, but I'm not, like, out back home. I told one of my closest friends back in high school, but nobody else knows, including my parents. Oh, Kaitlyn. I guess seeing them again over a break and then coming back here and kissing a girl in front of all of our friends and stuff, I just suddenly imagine how they would react if they saw that. I love them, but they're not the most open-minded people in the world. I'm sorry, Kaitlyn. I'm glad you told me about this, but you shouldn't worry about what they think. It's not that simple, Mizumi. I know, it's just... I'm nervous about us, and I know that's kind of selfish, but I am. I don't want you to be ashamed of me. I'm not! It's complicated, Mizumi. Really complicated. When I'm at school, it's really easy to forget my parents and home and all of that, you know? But then it'll sneak up on me out of the blue, and I'll feel like I'm lying to them, even if it's just by omission or something. I get it. I'm sorry for making things more difficult. Don't be sorry. The whole thing is just difficult. But at least I've gotten it off my chest. I think. I think I might be ready to go back inside. You and Kaitlyn go back inside the theater. James looks up, relieved, to see Kaitlyn looking more cheerful. Everything alright? We can break for the day if you want. That won't be necessary. Tyler, cue the romantic lighting. On it! You and Kaitlyn take your marks on stage, and you resume your scene. Oh, Lizzie, don't you know I'd never leave you? But the war... I was so afraid I hardly dared dream you'd return to me. I'm here now, aren't I? Kaitlyn puts a hand on your waist and pulls you close, then leans in to kiss you, her mouth finding yours as the rest of the cast starts cheering. Oh, take notes, boys! I don't have anything to write with. Good thing I never leave home without my sonic screwdriver pen. Nerd! You and Kaitlyn break apart. James flashes you both a thumbs up. Excellent work, both of you. The play lives or dies by the romantic chemistry between its leads. And so far, I'd say we're in safe hands. A short while later, you and your friends are helping James tidy up the theater after rehearsal. Hey, Mizumi, thanks again for talking me through that. I know I kind of made a scene in front of everyone. Don't be embarrassed. And if you ever want to talk, I'm always here. Actually, I was kind of thinking we should go shopping. Huh? Well, I know James doesn't expect us to get costumes in time for opening night, since it's less than a week away. But I thought, why not try, you know? There's this costume store downtown that might be worth a visit. And since we're the leads, I figure we should be in the costume. At least. Right? James? James looks up from helping Abby with the set and grins. I mean, I've always envisioned this as a costume drama. It just wasn't feasible given our time frame. But it gives the play an extra layer of meaning if you two are the only ones in costume, simultaneously outside of the era's constraints and bound by them. Sure, totally. Mainly I just want to dress up as a hot British soldier. What do you say, Mizumi? God damn it, Diamond Wall! Dressing up as a Victorian costumes. How could I honestly say no? You know what? I would just love to click on that. Oh, let's purchase the No. God damn it. I must unfortunately decline. Aww. What? I'm sorry, I'm kind of behind on homework. Not all of us can start in a play and stay on top of everything else. If you think flattery will make me forgive you, you're absolutely right. I had a feeling. Not to pile on more stuff, Mizumi, but just so you don't forget, we have a meeting with Vasquez later. Right, then. Get back to the suite, spend the next few hours catching him on homework. Later that evening, you and James step into Professor Vasquez's office to find Yasmin Utica sitting in the chair across from his desk. She turns as you enter. Ah, James, Mizumi, I'm glad you're both here. Perhaps you can talk some sense into this old curmudgeon? Unlikely. I prefer to make my own decisions. Is this about the digital rights to win in July? What else? I'm not ready to commit to renewing its publication, digital or otherwise. If you would at least give me a reason for your stubbornness, we can have a conversation about this. I don't want to have a conversation. I want to be left alone to think about it. Then why did you call us in here exactly? I like to be kept appraised of how the play is coming along. James? Oh, yeah, it's good. Everyone's been doing good work. I'd say we'll be in great shape for opening night. Really? No on-set drama? No one's stormed out of the theater in tears? Please tell me that's not the reason you wanted us to put on the play. Well, it's up there, but it's not the only reason. What about it, Mizumi? Is everything going as smoothly as James says? Well, Chris was disappointed with the casting. Kaitlyn's nervous about the kids. Becca's bitter. What else is new? Really? There's no... Yeah, oh yeah, totally, James. Becca's bitter. What else is new? Can you blame her? You've been an absolute blight on her existence since you first enrolled here. What are you talking about? If anything, she's a blight on my existence. Oh, Mizumi, sometimes I forget how young you really are. So short-sighted. Such a narrow perspective. You literally cannot be more annoying right now. In any case, it sounds like progression has been good overall. I'm glad. Me too. Now, I have something to look forward to other than our repetitive arguments, Enrique. Speaking of your play, James, I read the script and it's good. Excellent, even. Thanks. It means a lot. Miss... There's one problem. The ending. It'll never sell.
Oh, what's wrong with the ending?
It's so depressing. William leaves Scotland, and Elizabeth ends up with Lord Rathbone? Boo!
It's realistic. Sure, there's... romance is dramatic, but it's not viable, you know? Not for that era.
Honey, no one in the audience is going to care about that. What they will care about is being suckered into a compelling romance arc only to have it not pay off in the slightest.
What do you think, Mizumi?
Figuring she knows nothing and I know nothing of the play. I think Will and Elizabeth should end up together. It's a tough one. It's a tough one, because this one you're leaning towards because of your relationship that's currently with Kaitlyn and the relationship in the story. A sad ending is more interesting. I'm gonna go with that. Besides, it's your story. Tell it how you want to tell it. Sure, do that. Just make sure I can sell it. James looks uncertainty to Vasquez, who just shrugs. You want it to be a writer, James. I guess all I have to say is... be careful what you wish for.
I guess I'll have to sleep on it for now. I'll back to you, Yasmin. You might have a point, but I'm sure I'm ready to scrape the ending.
Fair. Don't wait too long, though. A sad ending is better than a sloppy last-minute edit.
Oh, keep that in mind.
You follow James out of Vasquez's office, and the two of you trudge through the moonlight snow together. Penny for your thoughts?
About the ending? I'm not sure.
I do want to impress Yasmin, since she could really help my career and everything, but I'm
not great at taking criticism.
Really? You?
Oh, shocking, right? She has a point about giving the audience what they want, but I'm not sure I care what they want. But that could just be my ego talking.
Sounds like quite the conundrum. At least you've still got a few days left to figure it out, right?
True. Maybe I'll write an alternate ending and just see how it feels. For now, let's focus on getting ready for opening night. These next few days could pass by pretty quickly.
Next few days do pass you by pretty quickly, blending together in a blur of rehearsals.
That's it, we're ready. We're open tomorrow, folks. Bring everything you've got.
The next evening, you and Kaitlyn peek out from behind the curtain at the theater's rows upon rows of seats, steadily filling up with people. There's so many of them. I know. Can you believe it? There's gotta be at least... Kaitlyn suddenly stops talking as her eyes rest on the second row of seats. Kaitlyn? What's wrong? See that guy in the second row? Third from the left?
What? The guy just pops up like whack-a-mole.
That's Arjun. He's one of my friends from back home. Well, family friend, but what is he doing here? Kaitlyn ducks behind the curtain and shuts it tight, her face pale. Everything okay? Not really. He doesn't know I'm gay. And now he's gonna watch me kiss you in front of everyone, and he's gonna tell his parents. Who will tell my parents, who will... Kaitlyn, calm down. It's just a stage kiss. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Maybe not for you. I can't do this, Mizumi. I just can't. Will Kaitlyn be able to go on stage with Arjun in the audience? Will the show go on? Keep playing to find out. What a interesting ending. And it did blur by several days, huh? Well, I hope you guys did enjoy the Freshman Book 2. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do apologize it has taken me a little bit longer than normal to get this one out. Unfortunately, I have been super busy with a wide, varying array of different issues. So I promise I will publish a bunch of episodes here within the next day or two to make up for it. Until next time, folks, have a good one.